Greetings. This is Kevin Jefferson, father of the Forex fam and followmytrades.com here with the 60-day challenge update for the week of December 27, 2023. So I decided to end the challenge early, and the reason is I actually had the broker I use, or one of the brokers I've been using for several years, is actually shutting down their operations due to some regulatory changes. And so it actually impeded my ability to open new trades. And so I decided to stop right where we were. So what I'm going to do is actually share the results for the last 6 weeks, 6+ weeks, because I didn't get to trade this week, obviously, due to the changes. Just going to share with you what happened from November 1st all the way up to this week, December 27th, 2023. And the premise of this is to share with you the possibilities of having an additional system that you can create semi-passive or passive income from to help you with, other endeavors that you have, or to catch up on things that you need to catch up on, or to further your education, or just, to have resources financially, available just in case you need them. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and go over the numbers first. And then I'll kind of speak to what that may have meant to you if you were actually a part of this challenge. So here, this is the conservative account. As you remember, I started this account with $890,663.51. And then we made over the last 6 weeks a total of $151,789.98, with a winning percentage of about 57%. So not even 60% win rate of my trades, a profit factor of nearly 2, and number of days I was winning on average was about 7 out of 10 days. And then my win-loss rate, you want this to be above 1, which means that your wins outweigh your losses, which is here. And this is our calendar for December. So actually, I won't go over the whole date range here. I won't screw that up. But this is December's numbers. You see I stopped trading on the 19th, right before going into the holiday. This is when I had to make adjustments to my trading because they weren't allowing me to open new positions. But be that as it may, we still ended up positive. So I closed out some positions there, and we had a total return of let's actually pause this real quick, and then I'm going to speak to what the return was. So the total return on the conservative account from a financial standpoint, hold on, let me pause one more time, make sure I get this right. Conservative, okay. So what the numbers look like, I'm going to share the same screen that I'm looking at so we can look at the same thing. The total return was 17.04% for the conservative account. So if you had $1,000, that means you would have made $170.42 over the last 6 weeks, for a total of $1,170.42. And if you had $10,000 in the account, you would have earned 1704.23 for a total of 11,704.23. If you had 100,000 in the account, it would be $17,042.35 for a total of $117,042.35. And the amount of risk that I used for this trade actually was only a 1% max per trade. So it wasn't very high risk for getting us to this point. And in reality, this is a number that a lot of people would want on an annual basis. So in 60 days, you can potentially replicate what you can create in a year. And that's the power of what we're doing here, is collapsing time in a way that allow you to realize future gains in a more current state, which I think is important in today's world. I think this is really important for us to have a way to create more significant resources without having to wait 30 or 40 years to get there. And then we have I have the aggressive account, which I'm going to pull up here. And that one was where I was taking up to 5% per trade in risk. And so that's a much higher number, but some people are built for higher levels of risk. So I'm going to share what that looks like here. And then, you can kind of, this is one of those things where you can make your own decision about how you want to participate. So the aggressive account, as I share the screen here, it actually returned a total of $45,029.76. And we started with 29,146.77 in this account, about 59% win rate, 1.65% profit factor, about 64% of the days we traded, we won. And get over here. And then the win-loss rate was 1.15, so it's above 1, which means we had a positive expectancy of winning. And then you can see same thing last week. We ended at the end of last week, and I had to close out trades and start moving our resources to other brokers. So what this looks like, I'm going to pause the share here and go back and look at the numbers. But what this looks like as far as if you had put money into your own account and was connected to the challenge that we did. Let me just give me 1 second here. If you had, you would have returned, actually, over the last 6 weeks, we returned 154.49%. So same trades, almost identical trades, but just more risk per trade. And so if you had $1,000 in this side of the challenge, you would have come out with 1544.93 in gains for a total of $2,544.93. If you had $10,000 in an account, you would have made 15,449.31 in gains for a total of 25,449.31. And then if you had 100,000 or more, you would have made at least 154,493.19 for a total of 254,493.19 cents. And so at this point, you could obviously take out your principal and be riding off the gains, and that's that's a strategy as well, and that's your personal determination. But just showing you the power of what you can create here in a relatively short period of time. And what I also did was actually I decided to, because there are some US based clients who don't have the leverage. And I don't use a lot of leverage, but they don't have the leverage to even take 5% risk and then have an add-on trade. I'm lessening the risk on this by about 25%. So I'm going to take 3.75% for the next challenge, which I'm planning to start at the turn of the year. Another reason why I'm pausing this, I decided to take this opportunity to reshuffle, reorganize, and get ready to allow you to participate in the January challenge, which will last another 60 days. More details on that later, but the return still would have been over, I think, 115%, even with the reduction in risk. So even at a 3.75% max risk, you still earn nearly 120% on this account in that time frame. So just very powerful numbers, very powerful information, and just wanting you to consider that as you go forward and try to find new ways to create income in the new year. This is another option. And what I do, just to kind of get into my little pitch, what I do is I kind of go in two directions. So I have a private mentorship model where people who want to learn how to trade the currency markets, and actually this methodology that I teach and I trade can be used in virtually any market. They can get private mentorship from me because I offer a limited number of members to access me and get private training so that you can actually accelerate your growth faster as a trader, or somebody interested in learning how to trade. So you don't have to be a person that's seasoned. You actually could be a newbie, and I can take you from zero to a level of success. And then we have the DFY, obviously, where it's the done for you trading, where people who are not interested in learning how to trade, we have a system to help you benefit from us as well. But the challenges are meant for people who just kind of kick the wheels and at a lower price point that you could access me for in other circumstances. So people who are not wanting to, put up, the resources to become a member just yet, but they want to maybe test out the system. We're going to use this challenge to give you an opportunity to do that. And I'm really excited about what that will mean for a lot of people, because I know that people are looking for a way. So with that said, I just want to share that with you and let you know that there are other things out there. There are other possibilities, and you should avail yourself of them and open your mind up and basically transcend fear and really lean into courage and new possibilities for this new year. So with that said, I'm going to end this, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year of 2023. And I hope your 2024 is just as prosperous. And you can find more information about what we do and how we do it at fmtrades.com. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. And as I always say, happy trading.